Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. This is News and Views on Salam Media with Fazlin Franceman Talib. In this segment, we're going to be talking about Ramadan reflections, where we look at different people in different parts of the world and how they celebrate Ramadan. So, in this particular show, we're going to be speaking to Pacifist Farooq, who is a Rohingya refugee, an activist, a poet, and a teacher that lives in the world's largest refugee camp in Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh. And we're going to be talking about how they observe Ramadan there. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And it's a great pleasure for me to talk with you here.
That's great, alhamdulillah. So let's start at the beginning, brother. How did you end up in the refugee camp where you're in at the moment, and what is it like?
Yeah, we are in the camp, and since after we fled the Myanmar, we are living in the camp, and there are so many challenges, especially in Ramadan. People living inside the camp face so many challenges like movement, and when it comes to food, and so many things here. There is no available shelter and no space inside the shelter, and also in here in Ramadan, it's very hot, and people cannot stay inside the camp because it's very hot, and also there is no other way, like no AC, no current, no Wi-Fi, and it's very hard. Yeah.
So also just for clarity to our viewers, you are outside of the refugee camp specifically at the moment, so that you're able to talk to us because, and you said this offline and just now, because there isn't internet access in the camp. But in terms of your culture that you come from, are you able to maintain or retain any element of that in Ramadan in this refugee camp, and not just you, obviously the broader community? And what is that? What is that like? Is it difficult to retain your individual ethnic identity in this context?
Well, when we were in Myanmar, the things are not like that. In Myanmar, there are so many things available. We could eat whatever we want, but here things are difficult. Like in Myanmar, we have very many available space, and things are, the vegetable and the fruits are available. We could buy whatever we want, but here the things, the vegetable and the food that are entering inside the camp are very limited. There are checkpoint, and the every time, and the police and the authority are limiting the access of the food and the vegetable, and even a person cannot go outside of the camp easily. And especially in Ramadan, WFP is providing the ration, but there are so they just provide right now 10 USD per person, but this is not enough for the whole month. 10 USD is not enough. So especially those like who doesn't have anyone. The single-headed family, women-headed family, and the widow are they are very in difficult situation. Most of the time they have to eat they have to have their lunch. They have to break their fast by with a banana, or with very limited thing. Sometimes they fast by I have a widow family beside my shelter. So yeah, what I saw is she she doesn't uh, her husband was killed when he was in Myanmar in the
Mm.
camp. But after she come here, she have two children. One is male and another one is female, but they are young. What I see is most of the time they eat their meal by mixing a banana and some sugar. So
Mm.
what I see is there are so many kind of people like that inside the camp, especially for that kind of people inside the camp. Things are very hard to stay here.
Mm. Uh, Brother, you mentioned it, in your answer that on average a family gets 10 US dollars per month. How
Yeah.
long does that actually stretch, specifically in the month of Ramadan? Does it last a week, 2 weeks? And then what do families do after that when, that money runs up?
Yeah. Here there is when that money when that ration ran out, we have no other way. As I said, they somehow you know they just sometime most of the people eat their meal with just they eat the rice, and
Mm.
somehow they are surviving. There is no other way. But there are some also other people who can work like us. Sometimes they provide something to them, but not most of the time. So
Mhm.
they are, yeah, most of the time they have to eat just the rice, not the curry, not the dishes. uh, yeah, yeah, like that.
So final question. In my intro, when I introduced you, I said that you're staying in the world's largest refugee camp. How many people, more or less, does that mean, or what is the number? And what is the atmosphere like in the month of Ramadan? How do people congregate? Or, what is communal activities look like specifically in this month?
Yeah, here over 1 million people are living inside the camp, and uh, yeah, they are living here, and the atmosphere is not like not the other month. People, most of the people are not mentally fit or okay, and they are like
Mm.
they always think about the Myanmar, especially in Ramadan. People always remember their home country, and the
Mm.
thing that we did in Myanmar. And in Ramadan, always automatically there is like a feeling of homesickness, and
Mm.
yeah, that kind of thing always work in the mind of the people. And most of the people living here in the camp are always worrying about when people can go back to our homeland. And because of not having available space in the camp here, it's very hot. Even I'm sweating,
Mm.
you can see. So
Mm.
in the camp, when we fast, when someone fast, uh, of course we feel tired, we feel hungry, but sometimes we went to sleep, we went to lie down, but because of not having available space, we cannot lie down, we cannot sleep.
Mm.
And so yeah, these are these are the things here.
So, a last question. Just generally in the camp and camp life, what is the economic opportunities available for people? You've said that there are over 1 million people. The vast majority of them get aid in terms of $10 per month. But are there economic opportunities for people to be able to improve their conditions? And what are they, if there are any?
Yeah, if the government try, it's possible, here there are many people without job, but if the government try, with the money that they get from the international community and from the donor, they can do something like establishing a factory. And in this way, if they establish, they build the factory for the Rohingya, they can also get cheap labor. And on the other hand, Rohingya can also work. But here right now, because of not having earning source here, people try to go outside of the camp and do something. But whenever the people try to go out of the camp, they are detained, and they are arrested by the police. You can see, in last year, even in the normal day, over thousand of people were arrested and sent back to the camp again. They were trying to go out of the camp and working to earn their family, to feed their family. So that's why, you can see many people are also, because of having shortage of food here, because of not having enough food here. People are always trying to go anywhere they can. They are fleeing always. Then they are fleeing to Malaysia, Indonesia, wherever they can. And also, here there are, for the people, for the youth like us, there is no future. Here is no good educational opportunity. And so that's why the youth who are especially like me are feeling they have lost everything, and they have no future. And yeah, that's why they are also trying to go somewhere so that they can have a better future. Yeah.
That was a Rohingya refugee, Pacifist Farooq, and he was unpacking for us the dire situation in the world's largest refugee camp, which is Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh. And it serves as a poignant reminder, I think, for everybody around the world that there are many countries and many individuals and very many communities that are facing a multitude of oppression, a multitude of challenges. And it is a reminder, I think, for us to always look at the challenges that the Ummah faces with a broad lens, and not necessarily just with a singular lens. So shukran so much, Brother Pacifist Farooq, and making dua for all the people in the refugee camp as well.
Thank you for having me here.
Afwan. Okay, shukran.